Hi everyone, this is Tiffany with Raising House and Home, and today I am making gluten-free vegetarian lasagna for the first time. I've signed up for a meal train for someone who's going to be having surgery, and she has two daughters. One is gluten-free and one is vegetarian. So I'm trying to make a meal that everybody can eat, and if you are here from the brownie video, you had your dessert before dinner. Thanks for coming and checking it out. And also, this is the first time you guys have been here. I have a video that I will link below where I made black bean brownies so that they could also have a dessert that was gluten-free. And that was for the first time as well, and it looked pretty good. They're still cooking now, and I'm getting ready to chop up some stuff for the lasagna, and you guys can come along with me. So thank you guys for coming and checking out both recipes, and we're gonna get started. So I have to do 2 carrots shredded. I don't know if you guys can see better this way. And then put them in the, well, I'm going to dice them first, and then I'm going to put them in their food processor because it shreds them a little bit better. And I'm also going to put the 2 garlic cloves in there as well because it minces them better and I just prefer it. So you have to have 2 garlic cloves. So I'm going to peel them. I'm going to wipe this board off so I can get the zucchini and everything else going. So now I have the carrots and the garlic in the food processor. So I'm going to shred the carrots and it will help mince the garlic as well. Let me see, a little bit more. Okay, so we have that. And I have my newly washed spatula, and I will get those ready. There. Okay. So, oh, you can hear my dog snoring. All right. So, I'm going to leave these in here for now, and I'm going to get started on the other vegetables that we have. Here is the zucchini. So this has to be chopped. So we had to have 3 small zucchini chopped. So the family that I'm cooking for today, make sure you guys can see, the family that I'm cooking for today used to come to our store. My husband and I used to have a children's resale store, and we also had a almost like a new retail as well. And they came when their daughter was just really little, and then when they had their son, they would come and they would bring clothes to us, and they would also, you know, buy stuff from us as well. And we just became really good friends, and her husband would come in with the kids, and I think he liked having my husband there to talk to. So I don't think you see that very often in children's, you know, resale shops or consignment stores, those type of things. So it's nice that he, you know, the men were able to come in and chat. So we have been friends on Facebook for a while, and I saw that she's kind of struggling right now. Actually, I think I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. She's kind of struggling right now. She has been public about it. She has breast cancer, and so she's going in to have surgery to remove that. And so we saw that they were asking for a meal train, or I think one of her church sisters had put up a meal train on Facebook, and we decided that we would help out with that. So the first meal of the train, you guys can see, so pretty. The first meal of the train is tonight. So I signed up, and I'm learning something new, something out of my comfort zone, because I don't usually cook gluten-free or vegetarian, and I think a lot of people might be intimidated by that. You know, it was hard for me to find the lasagna noodles, and I went to I think 3 different stores, and they had gluten-free pasta, but they didn't have gluten-free lasagna. So I don't know why it was more difficult to find it, but I did eventually find it, and they look smaller to me, the noodles. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see. And look, I am not a chef, guys. As you can see, I do not do anything uniform. So hopefully they enjoy the meal. I hope so, and at least know that we care and that we're thinking of them in this time right now. So we will be happy to go over and drop it off this evening. We're just going to put it on their porch because that's what they've asked people to do. You know, obviously they're kind of going through some stuff right now, and so we need to respect kind of their privacy and time to try to heal. And there'll be time to, you know, visit another time. And she can always message on Facebook too, which seems to be everyone's choice of communication. I think it's just easier for everybody. So I smell the brownies. I might have to stop in a minute and check on them. But I have to chop up this onion so that we can get this going. So we have the carrots done, we have the zucchini, I'm doing the onion, we have the garlic done, and then we have to do some mushrooms after this. I probably should have done the mushrooms first. I hope this doesn't make my eyes water. All right. And by all means, don't follow my technique. I'm probably cutting the wrong way and cutting towards myself when I'm not supposed to, but you know, follow your own way. I'm just showing you how I do it, not so much instructing you how to do it the right way. So, and if you guys, this is just a mess now. If you guys make things that are gluten-free, I'm sure that a lot of you have made gluten-free items because, you know, it's becoming more of a thing that people are sensitive to gluten. And I don't know if it's the pesticides. I don't know. I know that some people have a theory that it is from the pesticides they put on the grain. I don't know what that could, you know, what it is, but it definitely seems to be something that is taking some steam. So if you guys are used to, you know, cooking gluten-free, if you have any ideas or tips on how to do it better, let me know, because this is going to be a long process. I think they have a meal train for a couple months, so I don't think this will be the only meal that I will make for them. Oh, the onions are getting nice. So if you guys have any other ideas for gluten-free and vegetarian that you guys have tested out, that you know tastes good, because that's another thing. You can find a recipe online and you don't know if it's going to taste good. So hopefully these ones will. But if you have anything that you've tried, I would love to have the recipe or get some ideas for another meal for them on the meal train, because I hope to be helping them more than just one meal. So we are down, let's see, we have the onions, we have the zucchini. So the next thing is going to be our mushrooms. So I'm going to give them a quick rinse. And I love mushrooms. And these are a good meat substitute. It gives a lot of flavor. So there's that. So I'm going to stop for a minute and check on the brownies. Okay, the brownies are looking good. And so now we're going to get started on the mushrooms. Again, please don't watch my technique. It's probably not it's probably not chef worthy, but there. So after I get done chopping these or slicing these, we are going to saute them And I'll move you guys over to the oven and get all the veggies going. I've already boiled the noodles a little bit. It said they were oven friendly. I guess that's what it's called. Or oven ready. Oven friendly. They're oven ready. And so I didn't have to boil them. But where I'm making such a big pan full, I thought it would help them cook a little bit better if I did boil them a little bit first. So I've boiled those, and I'm just going to get these veggies going. I know a lot of this is going to get cut out probably in editing because it's so much talking, and this, I'm sure you guys have seen people do mushrooms and veggies. And these are all going to cook down, and I'm trying to make them a little bit thicker because they are going to be a meat substitute. So I want them to be, you know, a little meatier basically. So get those done. It looks like a lot, but I think you guys know when you cook the mushrooms, they cook down so much. And see, I kind of want to keep them a little bit thick like that, so that they will have more of a meaty texture. Because I don't think everybody in the house is vegetarian, so they probably would appreciate a little bit of substance. So, okay, I'm going to switch over and bring you guys over to the oven, and we're going to start cooking everything up. So I'm going to heat up the pan, and I'm going to use some coconut oil to saute the mushrooms. And I'm away from you guys, but I'm coming back. So I'm going to plop that in. Let it melt a little bit. There. Rinse off my spatula. I'm using cast iron, my favorite. That's all I will use. Alright. I'm probably going to edit some of this out too, because it's going to take a long time. There's a lot of cooking to go on here. So I'm going to cook all these mushrooms down. I had some fall on my spoon rest. Put these in. Clean that up a little bit. Alright. So these are going to take a little bit of time to cook down. Probably hear the wind outside. I'm really happy that we haven't lost the power yet. I was worried we'd lose it. So while that is cooking down, the next thing I have to work on is the ricotta cheese. So I'm going to save some time. Sorry about that. I just put that in front of your face. I'm going to save some time and get this started while we wait. Rinse off my spatula again. Oh, that wind is really picking up off the water. Okay, I have 32 ounces. I'm making a pretty big lasagna, so I'm going to use all of it. It's kind of double, or I'll use most of it, I should say, because it is a little bit of a big pan, and I want to make sure that they get enough cheese. So I'm going to put this in here. I might save a little bit. I'm going to make a lasagna for my family, but it's going to not be gluten-free or vegetarian, so I'll use the rest of this with that. So that looks about good. And then, so scoot over here, guys, sorry. So I have my oregano, and I get this from Sam's Club, you guys can see. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon because I'm doubling it. So a teaspoon of oregano and a teaspoon of the basil. I also get that from Sam's Club. That. Let's set this Stir it up. Oh, it smells so good. Keep working their way around. And I'm going to get a bigger spoon of this cheese so we don't cross-contaminate. Alright, so then the next thing is, I'll do about almost 2 tablespoons of the parsley. So, get that going. You guys see? Probably not really good. Okay. Yum. So we got 1 and 2 tablespoons of parsley. And let's see what else. They have got some salt, about a teaspoon of salt. It seems like a lot to me, but I'm just gonna get in my hand. And my hands are clean, I've been washing them as I go. So that's a teaspoon of salt. So then we're gonna put eggs in here as well. Now some recipes don't call for eggs because, you know, they may be vegan. She's not vegan, so she's just vegetarian. Turn this down just a little bit so that it will continue to saute and not burn. And that's one thing with cast iron. Once you get it up to temperature, I always put on about medium to start. Once I get it up to temperature, then it holds the heat really well. So you kind of want to just put it down, the temperature down a little bit so that you don't burn your stuff. So I'm going to mix these spices. And I hope you guys can see. I'm going to mix them. And I'm going to put in 2 eggs. So we'll do that. Throw that away in a minute. And then do that one. Wash my hands. So we're going to finish mixing these up, and I'll add the cheese to them as well, this mix. If you guys can see it. Probably not very good over there. You grab a plate and put them on the plate. Probably easier said than done, right? So we're going to put these aside. They're not quite 100% done, but they're going to cook some more with the other vegetables once we get them in here. So we have the mushrooms out, and we are going to start the other vegetables. So the pan is really nice and hot. So I'm going to throw the onions in, and the zucchini. It's going to be so pretty with all these colors. There's that. And then I have to put the carrots and the garlic in. So we will put those in. Look how pretty that is, all the different colors. I love cooking with different vegetables because they're so colorful. It makes the meal fun. Oh, and that garlic smells so good. Okay. So I'm going to put this in the sink. Done with that. I'm going to stir this up and let it cook down. And so it's going to take, oh, I just dropped one. I'm going to have to look up if zucchinis are good for dogs because I'm sure he'll grab it later. There. Okay, so I'll be back as soon as these are cooked. So one of the things I want to do while this is cooking down is I want to kind of save time, and I'm going to put about half a bag of this Italian style cheese into the ricotta cheese mixture. And I'm going to save the rest for the top. So there's that. So I'll mix this up. Make sure you guys can see. Okay. And then my pug is still snoring. Benny, you keep snoring. Are you tired? Alright, so that cheese is mixed. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to start prepping the pan. I don't know if you guys, all of you probably haven't seen the brownie video, but I was going to get a pan at the Dollar Tree, but they were very flimsy, and this is going to be kind of heavy. Excuse me guys, I got to put this in front of you. And it's going to be kind of heavy. So I wanted to get a pan that, from Goodwill, that they could keep. I'm going to put some of the sauce on the bottom, and you guys see the bottom. Then I'll rinse my spatula and get it ready for the veggies. So gluten-free lasagna noodles are smaller than regular noodles. And let's see, can you find the box? Okay. So this is what I bought for them. The oven-ready, gluten-free. So when the box says that they're oven-ready, gluten-free noodles, and you don't have to boil them, you don't have to boil them. And if you boil them ahead of time, this is what's going to happen. They all stuck together. So I have 2 big piles of mush. So learn from my mistakes. Do not have to boil gluten-free lasagna noodles, and don't boil them ahead of time for sure. My daughter's coming home from work, and she's going to save me and get me a couple boxes. I hope she can find them, and I'm still continuing to cook the vegetables. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Learn from my mistake. So let's keep cooking, and hopefully we can save the day. Alright guys, so this is almost done. So it's cooked down quite a bit, so I'm going to add the mushrooms back in to saute with the rest of the vegetables. So I'm going to put some of the vegetable mixture on the first layer, if you can see that. It's sliding all around. I'm just going to use a ladle, it'll go a little quicker. So I'm going to drop the vegetable mixture on top, about halfway. There, I'll do about half. We got the cheese sauce, I'm going to plop it on. I'm going to kind of mix it around, kind of smush it in there. And I have a couple jars for this, just in case. I think I'm going to have to use more than 1 jar. I'm going to put some more noodles on top. And I'm doing it this way. I'm not used to them being so short for lasagna noodles, so I have to do it this way to kind of fill up the pan. And then I'm going to put one sideways. And I'm going to break one in half to kind of cover that corner piece. So now I'm going to put the rest of the vegetable mixture on the second layer. So all of that will go on. So now I'm going to put the rest of the cheese in. And then I will continue to put it together, guys, and I'll show you when I'm all done. So here it is, guys, with all the layers on the cheese, and I'm going to cover it in a minute, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. So here's the lasagna, guys. It's all done. It's missing a little bit of cheese on the top because it's on the tin foil. But I'm going to wrap this up, and we're going to take it over. So I'm getting ready to go deliver these brownies and lasagna. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching me today, and I hope that I was able to give you guys an idea for dinner tonight. And if you have an idea for me that is gluten-free and vegetarian that I could make for the family next month, please leave it in the comments below. I really look forward to your comments, and I will definitely give them a try. And if you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe down below there. And also click the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I put up a new video. And I think that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for all your support, and I hope to see you soon.